In this era, in this world, it is all about money. Yes, I know, it is hard to deny that money plays an incredible central role in modern life, but that's what's happening now. Why money feels like everything is because of the following reasons. First, money is required for fundamental needs like food, shelter, healthcare, and education. So, money is an essential survival. In 2026, financial stability is increasingly associated with peace of mind and the ability to live without constant stress. Money is the power shifts. As the global economy evolves, wealth is seen as a means to buy comfort, gain influence, and create opportunities. And also, financial experts note that while economies face challenges, financial literacy is crucial to thrive rather than just survive. But what needs to be underlined here is that money is not the ultimate goal, because it is most effective function is as a means to achieve other things. Money is used as a tool to buy basic necessities, health, and experiences. If money is considered a goal, it will only be trapped in the cycle of endless pursuit. Money is also a supporter. It is used to support life, family, or social causes that are cared for. If money is considered a goal in the sense that we can think of it as a luxury facility, it doesn't guarantee happiness. But if it is considered a tool to support life, it will create financial security that reduces anxiety significantly. Therefore, a profitable field is quite important here because it offers high financial rewards which can help support life. As you said earlier, parents are not abusive, but they care about their children. They worry about their children's lives. And yes, you are right, that field isn't completely not existent, but it still exists. The demand is smaller, but it still exists. Yes, you are right. But even if there is still demand, that means it offers good guarantees. Does working according to your wishes also produce the desired results? We have to be realistic here. So, in this modern era, letting a genius child focus only on an unprofitable field can be a form of neglecting their future. I will give you 3 reasons why we should direct our children to more lucrative fields. First, lucrative fields provide financial security as the foundation of creative freedom. Genius in an unprofitable field is often a curse if it is not accompanied by economic strength. Directing a child to a profitable field doesn't mean killing his talent, but rather building a fortress so that the talent doesn't die because of other more important basic needs. And in this era, the cost of living, healthcare, and technology is very expensive. If a genius is trapped in the profession with limited income, he will spend maybe 90% of his energy just thinking about how to pay the bills, not on creating an art. For example, imagine if there is a child who is a genius in the field of classical art, but the field is not financially profitable. If parents let him focus totally on it, he might become a great painter, but struggle in financially. However, if he is directed to a more profitable field first, he can be financially stable, and after that he can buy the most luxurious painting studio and paint whenever he wants without the pressure of having to sell his work just to eat or other living expenses. And then the second argument, this will lead to the risk of talent exploitation without proper rewards. Choosing to prioritize fields that are not profitable for a child of genius have very serious long-term risks, especially in today's competitive economic era. If parents only pursue idealism without considering market realities, the impact can be very detrimental to the child's well-being. Children of geniuses in unprofitable fields often work much harder than the average person, but receive very little compensation. And the impact is that the child may spend tens of thousands of hours practicing, but live in poverty or limitations. For example, a genius researcher in the field of ancient literary history only relies on uncertain grains, while his peers in the technology field already have homes and pension security, because the field they are pursuing is more profitable, so their lives are certainly smoother. And then moreover, it will cause mental stress and burnout due to uncertainty, because living in financial uncertainty is a very heavy mental burden even for a genius. Even for a genius, talent that was initially a passion can turn into a surge of resentment because the child feels suffocated by economic needs. Anxiety about the future can trigger depression. For example, a highly talented athlete in a specific sport who lacks sponsorship when he or she is injured or their prime passes, they have no savings or other skills to survive in another industry. Therefore, prioritizing an unprofitable field or not a lucrative field is often a form of intellectual egoism of parents who want their child to be different, but it can be exploitative without reward and result in neglecting the basic of human need for security and stability. And then, the third argument, prioritizing profitable fields will have a positive impact not only on the child's life but also on our lives as a parents and their families. Choosing a profitable field or choosing a lucrative field for a child prodigy is not just a decision about the child's career, but a strategic investment for the entire family structure. Conversely, forcing an unprofitable field can have negative effects that undermine family harmony and social standing. When a child prodigy is financially successful, the entire family feels a tangible positive impact, namely multi-generational stability and security. The wealth the child generates can serve as a safety net for parents in old age and capital for siblings of the next generation. For example, a child who is successful in a profitable field can finance the best healthcare for his parents and ensure a quality education for his younger siblings. It can also reduce domestic conflict. Most family arguments are triggered by financial issues. With high income, this pressure is removed, so relationships between family members are more focused on affection, not the burden of debt. In society, economic success is often directly proportional to family honor. Such families will be seen as families that successfully educate children. On the other hand, prioritizing unprofitable fields often carries a heavy burden that must be shared by the social and family environment. Even if the child is genius, if the field is not profitable, he will continue to depend on parental subsidies even into adulthood. This can drain the parents' retirement savings. Parents may feel like failures when they see their highly intelligent children struggling to meet basic needs while his peers are living comfortably. Socially, society tends to judge geniuses who live in poverty as unable to adapt or smart but not smart. This can damage the child's self-confidence. In the long run, highly talented but economically unproductive individuals can become a burden of the state, for example, through government health insurance or subsidies, instead of being substantial taxpayers who help others. Therefore, it is better to prioritize children to pursue more profitable fields. Genius in an unprofitable field can be pursued as a hobby, but he must still strive to achieve financial stability through a profitable field.